Hello friends, today we are going to study chapter number 4, that is journal. Now let us have a look over the outline of this chapter. First, introduction. Second, what is journal book. Third, characteristics of journal book. Fourth, significance of journal. Fifth, specimen and explanation of journal. Sixth, combined journal entry. Seventh, journal entry for different transactions. 8. Transactions through bank. 9. Loan and interest on loan. 10. Trade discount, cash discount and allowance. 11. Transactions of income and expenses. And last is transactions of bad debt and bad debt return. Day to day, many economic accounting transactions take place in trade, business and industry. To remember economic accounting transactions easily, some businessmen record transactions in rough book immediately so that recording of transactions would not be skipped. From this rough book, businessmen write accounts, while some businessmen, instead of having rough book, write accounts directly from vouchers. According to the principle of dual effect, minimum 2 accounts are associated for each accounting transaction. After determining the type of such accounts, which account would get benefit or consideration and which account would give benefit or consideration is determined. Applying debit credit rules of accounts, it is determined that which account will be debited and which account will be credited to record transactions. A recording process of accounting transactions based on rules of debit and credit in the first book of accounts is journal. So, the book in which first effect of accounting transaction is made is known as journal or journal book. Now, what is the meaning of an account? An account is a summarized record of relevant transactions at one place relating to a particular head. It records not only the amount of transactions but also their effect and direction. Accounts are also known as bookkeeping. A method or system which is maintained to keep accounts is called as accounting. Accounting term is used as synonym of bookkeeping. In this book, accounting term is used in place of bookkeeping. Subjects like physics, chemistry, mathematics, accounting subject also has its own existence and significance in the society. Accounting has its own special utility. Accounting has its own rules and principles. It is also an art and science. Professional bodies are working at national and international level for smooth functioning of accounting system. An account has column for date, particulars, folio number, debit amount and credit amount. So let us see the specimen of it. The business cannot maintain its accounts itself, so it hires a person or the owner itself or the employees working in it who maintain the books of account daily. Now let us see the specimen of account. At the top we shall write name of the account, then date, the date on which the transaction is taking place, particulars, name of the other account, then JF or LF, page of the reference number of the sub journal where it was first recorded, then amount of transaction which is debited and the amount credit, amount of transaction which is credited. Now let us see what is the meaning of debit and credit. These are two important words of accounting. Every transaction has two effects in double entry system, that is debit and credit. True and fair understanding of debit and credit is true and fair understanding of accounting. In accounting, two sides are used. The left hand side in accounting is called as debit side. The right hand side in accounting is called credit side. Any account to be debited means accounting treatment at debit side of account, that is the treatment at left hand side. Any account to be credited means accounting treatment at credit side of accounts is the treatment at right hand side. According to historians, the mathematician of Italy, Luca Pacioli, is considered as the father of double entry system. The understanding of double entry system is based on the rules of debit and credit. Basically, there are three rules of debit and credit which are discussed in detail subsequently. These rules are the pillars of the double entry system. A correct and full understanding of these rules is the correct and full understanding of double entry system. Under the double entry system, what will be the debit effect and credit effect of each transaction is included in these rules. An item recorded on the debit side of an account is said to be the debited to the account, and a balance resting on this side is said to be a debit balance. An item recorded on the credit side of an account is said to be credited to the account, and the balance resting on this side is said to be a credit balance. Now we shall see types of accounts or classification of accounts. In accounts, personal account, goods account, asset account, income account, expenses account, etc. are included. In double entry system, there are rules for all these accounts. Accounts are written on the basis of these rules. Due to these rules of accounts, accounting is known as a social science. Rules of accounts are formed on the basis of the types of accounts. The information and knowledge with the classification of accounts and their rules are given as follows. Mainly there are two types of accounts. First is personal, which includes natural, artificial and representative bodies, and the second is impersonal account, which includes real and nominal account. Generally, personal account, real account and nominal account are considered as main accounts. These rules are framed for these three accounts. Before having information about rules for accounts, let us study the subcategories of these accounts and accounts included therein. First is personal accounts. In business, when transactions are made on credit, the counterparty is person. This person may be natural person or legal artificial person. Due to credit transactions, debtor-creditor relation comes into existence between business and the other persons. Live persons are included in natural person. Account of their names are maintained in the books. For example, Neelam Ben account, Raman's account, etc. Business undertakes a transaction with legal artificial person also, such as Union Bank account, Ahmedabad branch account, Karnavati club account, Parag medical stores account, LIC account, etc. are included in such persons. In brief, partnership, firm, company, cooperatives, association, club, social organization, religious institutes, etc. are included in artificial person. When natural or artificial person takes benefit of business, he becomes debtor of the business and business becomes creditor for that person. When natural or artificial person gives benefit to business, he becomes creditor of the business and business becomes debtor for that person. Our second main type of account is impersonal account. Accounts which are not personal, such as machinery account, cash account, rent account, etc., are termed as impersonal accounts. These can be further subdivided into two accounts. First is real account and second is nominal account. In real account, there are two types of accounts, goods account and assets account. First of all, in goods account, products which are dealt with by the businessman are treated as goods. Different kinds of goods related transactions are made. Keeping in mind the type of transaction, it is recorded in the goods related appropriate account. Following goods related transactions are used. For example, purchase account, sales account, purchase return account, sales return account, goods withdrawn for personal use, goods destroyed by fire, goods given for advertisement account, etc. Goods given for donation. Next is asset account. When business holds ownership for any tangible or intangible thing and has monetary value of it is known as an asset. Business is done with the help of assets. Business may have tangible or intangible assets. Tangible assets includes accounts like land, building, plant, machinery, furniture, vehicles, etc. Intangible assets include goodwill, copyright, patent, trademark, etc. In addition to tangible and intangible assets, investment like investment in shares of company, investment in debentures, investment in deposit accounts are also included in assets account. As another subcategory of assets, current assets are also included, where accounts like cash balance, bank balance, debtors, stock, expenses paid in advance, income outstanding are included. Tangible assets are those assets which have physical existence. ऐसे assets जिनको हम देख सकते हैं और टच कर सकते हैं, जो फिजिकली प्रेजेंट हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल लैंड, बिल्डिंग, कंप्यूटर, स्टॉक, फर्नीचर, ये सारे टैंजिबल एसेट्स का पार्ट है. और इनटैंजिबल एसेट्स आर दोज विच आर नॉट हैविंग एनी फिजिकल एग्जिस्टेंस. उनका एग्जांपल है गुडविल, पेटेंट, ट्रेडमार्क, कॉपीराइट या कोई सिंबल हो बिजनेस का, तो वो इनटैंजिबल एसेट की कैटेगरी में आएगा. And the last is nominal account. These accounts of business perform their operation throughout the year. These accounts are called as income expenditure accounts. The computation of profit or loss or business is ascertained on the basis of these accounts. First is accounts of income, which includes interest received, discount received, dividend received, rent received, brokerage received, etc. are included in these type of accounts. Next is accounts of expense, which includes wages, carriages, postage expense, stationery expense, salary expense, taxes, depreciation, discount allowed, insurance premium, advertisement expense, bank charges, etc. are included in these accounts. So guys, अभी हमने ये ओवरव्यू देख लिया और ये बेसिक रूल्स हैं या गोल्डन रूल्स हैं पूरे अकाउंटेंसी में. अगर आपको बेस या लॉजिक अपना क्लियर करना है तो आपको ये रूल्स आना बहुत ही ज़रूरी है. पूरा अकाउंट्स आपका ग्रेजुएशन या मास्टर्स, आप जितने भी हाई लेवल पर जाएंगे आपको ये रूल्स ही काम आएंगे, तो इन्हें अच्छे से याद कीजिए. रूल्स फॉर डेबिट एंड क्रेडिट. 3 टाइप के अकाउंट हैं, पर्सनल अकाउंट, रियल अकाउंट, नॉमिनल अकाउंट. ओके, पर्सनल अकाउंट में क्या होता है? डेबिट द रिसीवर, क्रेडिट द गिवर. रियल अकाउंट में डेबिट व्हाट कम्स इन, क्रेडिट व्हाट गोज आउट. एंड नॉमिनल अकाउंट में डेबिट ऑल एक्सपेंसेस एंड लॉसेस, क्रेडिट ऑल इनकम्स एंड गेन्स. नाउ व्हाट इज जर्नल बुक? A journal book is a fundamental book of double entry system. It is such a basic fundamental book on the basis of which the remaining books of accounts are prepared. French word jour means day, from which the word journal is derived, meaning of which is daily recording of business transactions. English word journal is originally of Latin language. The meaning of it is a note or a diary. So, a journal book is known as the book of original entries. It is such a book of accounts where all accounting transactions are recorded in the order of date. It is also determined which account will be debited or credited with what amount. Transactions are first recorded here with brief explanation. So, we can say that journal book is the original, fundamental or first book of account. An entry made in the journal is known as an journal entry. The process of recording a transaction in a journal is known as journalizing. The transfer of journal entry to a ledger account is known as posting. Now, let us see the features or characteristics of journal book. First is in chronological order. Since before recording transactions in ledger, transactions are recorded in the journal book as per rules. The transactions are recorded in systematic manner in ledger. Second is double entry system. According to debit credit rule, dual effects are recorded of accounting transactions in it. Third, day book. In journal book, accounting transactions are recorded on daily basis in the order of date. Fourth is compound entry possible. A compound entry is actually a combination of two or more simple journal entries, but instead of recording numerous separate journal entries, it is much better to merge multiple entries of a single accounting event into a single compound entry because it saves time and keeps the related debits and credits in one. Next is assistant to ledger. After having entry in journal book, different accounts are opened and posting is made. Then comes transaction identity. In journal, at the end, a brief information of each accounting transaction is provided. Thus, in the future, information pertaining to transaction becomes available. Second last is original entry. The very first treatment of accounting transaction is recorded in the journal. Thus, journal is an original or fundamental book. And the last is includes brief explanation. After recording journal entry, a brief of transaction is mentioned below journal entry, which is known as narration. This narration provides information about transactions. Now we shall see the significance of journal. First is to understand double entry system. In a journal, two separate columns for debit and credit are maintained. Thus, it becomes easy that which account is to be debited and which account is to be credited. Second is less possibility of errors. In journal, according to rules of double entry, two effect of transactions are passed. Thus, the possibility of accounting errors can be minimized. Third is date-wise accounting. In a journal book, accounting transactions are recorded on daily basis in the order of date. Fourth is proof. Since in journal accounting transactions are recorded in the order of time and date, no transactions remains unrecorded. And the fifth last is helpful in formation of ledger. After having entry in journal book, different accounts are opened and posting is made. On the basis of it, balances of all accounts are ascertained and trial balances prepared. And the last is specimen format of journal. First comes date of transaction, particular in which the name of account debited and credited. Below them, narration is also mentioned or given. Ledger folio, page number to which transaction is posted. Debit, amount debited, and credit in which amount is credited. Now, Let us have explanation of above mentioned columns in the journal book. First is date. In journal entry, the first column is of date. Accounting transaction is recorded in the order of time and date in journal. In this column, first of all year, then month, and then finally date is mentioned. Second is particulars. The second column in journal book is of particulars. Particulars is very important column of journal book. As per the rules of debit credit account, which account is to be debited is to be recorded first in the column of particular. The account which has credit effect is recorded subsequently. Third is ledger folio. In the third column of journal, ledger folio number is to be disclosed. In short form, it is also called as LF number. After passing of journal entry, during posting of this transaction in ledger, the page number is to be written where respective posting of account is made. Due to this arrangement, whenever any information is required, it can be easily availed from the concerned books. Fourth is debit. In the fourth column of journal, the amount of debit account is to be written. An account which is debited in column of particulars, the amount of it is to be written in debit column. Fifth is credit. In the fifth column of journal, the amount of credited account is to be written. An account is credited in column of particulars, the amount of it is to be written in credit column. Finally, according to double entry system, in each transaction, whichever amount is debited, the same amount is credited. Thus, the total of both the columns is always identical. So guys, hope you all are clear with our today's introductory session. We shall continue with practical in our next lecture. Thank you.